Hello lads, Doge here, back with yet another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we have the brand new, well, it was brand new a while ago, but I've not got around to making a video for it yet. So this is the quote-unquote brand new DAC NS-1. So this is what? Well, it's an aircraft. Let's just say that. Length 60 blocks, which it depends. Now let's take a look at some of the features we have here. So, we've got our glitch welded engines, because yes, lots and lots of polygons, as is normal with newer aircraft, and extremely high trim angle on that. Don't worry about it. The roll, I'm not sure what the fuck the roll is doing. I think it's trying to correct for something. It looks even, so because I can't see it. You've got two guns in the nose. You've got this cockpit thing, and you've got your slightly weird looking wings, but it's fine, don't worry about it. So let's get in. First person view. Sort of view, not nice. So red switch down there, that's your engine. Green switch, that's the drop any bombs you might have. We don't have bombs right now. That switch thingy in the middle, that's gonna be your landing gear. That red switch on the right, that's gonna be your guns. Yellow meter thingy is gonna be your speed setting. Thingy on the bottom, red thingy on the bottom is gonna be your actual speed, and the two thingies next to it is gonna be your that's gonna be your speed in hundreds and thousands of shit. Up here, blue thingamajiggy, that's gonna be your altitude. You have sort of tracking radar here, and you've got a compass there that you sort of can use, but not really. So controls: A and D, row, of course, WS, pitch. 1 is going to be your cockpit, 2 is going to be your engines. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that stuff later. 6, 7 is going to be your yaw. 8 is going to be to turn on the the stabilization system. 9 is going to be your gear. As you can see, it does have a bit of a weird way of coming out, but whatever. And 0, yeah, 0 is going to be your bomb drop. So as you can see, this so now let's get to the thrust and shit. So number 2 is going to be your engines. Ain't doing anything because you don't have, thrust on. 3 is going to be your guns. I forgot to mention that earlier. 4 and 5 is going to be your throttle. As you can see, the throttle indicator is moving. It bottoms out at 0 and maxes out at, I think it's 4, might be 5, I don't know. Yeah, I think it is 5, I'm not sure. So now, let's get to it. So, to get takeoff, you want to hold pitch up, that's usually common sense. Turn your thrust on. Knock your engines up to number 3. Put your gear in. Drop your engine down to number 2. As you can see, the plane is already compensating for something. The gear is being weird. It does that sometimes. So, as you can see, this thing has no gear doors because those cause extreme amounts of lag, and I'm not dealing with that right now. So, as you can see, as our speed is changing, so is the angle of our wings, and the FPS is dying because the gear is broken. Okay, so yeah, that's another little quirk with the design, and that's that sometimes when you go too fast, the wing glitches out of its socket, and the gear also has a habit of occasionally getting stuck. Yeah. So now you might think, why the fuck would I want to take this thing? And well, I don't know, why would you? But anyways, so let's try this again. Hopefully the plane doesn't fucking die this time. Number 2, thrust. Okay, we're in the water, it's fine. Put gear in, hopefully we don't die this time. Alright, see, much better. So as you can see, our wings have reached its circle. See, if we go on the max thrust here, you can see that they're at full speed. So we can execute a stall climb here, and the plane won't bug out as long as we keep the thrust low. So if we go into first person, you can see we are on number 2 thrust, and this thing isn't too hard to fly in first person, honestly. The controls are a bit sensitive, but that's sort of intent. So we're gonna go down to number 1 thrust. So number 2 is going to be a standard cruising, and number 3 is going to be your slightly fast. Your I guess you could consider it your super cruise. The FPS is having stroke again because presumably something's going to start. But it's fine. The roll is being weird. Because of course the roll is being weird, so it's weird. So guns? Yeah, they do that. You have the weapon, as we've said. So yeah, let's just put the gear down because it does save us a bit of FPS. Just prep make things, I guess. Now if we... So we're currently on speed number 4. This is going to be 1 way. And as you can see, we do have decent maneuverability at this speed. And as you can see, if you hit a wall too hard, your gear glitches into the body of the aircraft. It's not much done about that. So if you can see from the particles, we do have vector thrust on this thing. We also have shit FPS again because presumably something's going to stop. Let's get the canopy open. Yeah, that seems to have fixed whatever it was. So yeah, rule of thumb on this thing is if something starts lagging out, just go extremely fast and do a bunch of maneuvers, and half the time fix it for some reason. Of course, the rest of the time it explodes. We're gonna thrust here, and we're going to immediately go back to max thrust. Let's get this. As you can see, afterburner's on, and we're going incredibly quickly. Before I want to turn that off. So the vector thrust does help at lower air speeds. It's also extremely sensitive at higher air speeds, so make of that what you will. So we're going to turn on our auto stabilization with number 8. As you can see, it's sort of trying to keep its course, and we're just gonna bail out. Gonna go into pre-cam for this because sometimes it's weird. You can see canopy comes off. Parachute pops open, and we drop down nice and easy. Yep, there goes the wings mod. Parachute's having a seizure again. It just does that sometimes. Nothing to be done about it. So, since we're gonna keep doing this all the way to the ground, because the mod is just weird like that, we're just gonna bail out. Just gonna loose clean. Now, so of course, we have a new airframe, because the old one's gone now. Now you've already seen the questionable flight performance of this thing. So we also have our standard pairs of compatibility with our info terminal here. So let's just... Is that the right switch? No, it is not the right switch. Whoops. I have not played this game in like 2 weeks. I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing. So, yeah. So if the yellow switch is on that thing, we can try to get our thrust up. And as you can see, the thrust is currently set to max, and we're not going anywhere. So, now if we turn this off, it immediately starts going, so we can turn. Okay, so let's say we've lost our aircraft. Well, that's what the red switch is for. It has a guarantee to always immediately stop the aircraft. And as you can see, it's nice, and it even leaves the nose section completely intact. So whoever the hell is flying this thing, if anyone is flying this thing, is perfectly fine. The rest of the plane is gone, including all the fancy math bits that make it do its thing. So yeah. So that's it for this thing. It's on the workshop. If you want it for some reason, it does flying plane things, I guess. Oh yeah, right. You can put bombs on it if you want to. Not sure why you would, considering this thing was never built to be a bomber, but hey, you do you. Let's go for another flight. As you can see, it's constantly trying to even out, and that's intended. It has automatic roll stabilization always on, because otherwise the wings being on bearings does make it a bit wacky. As you can see, vector thrust kicking in again, rather sensitive. And we've hit a tree, and here we have a demonstration of why I prefer flying this thing with the gear down, because if you hit something like a tree, which is, you know, rather common in scrap mechanic flying, with the gear up, well, sometimes does this, which is rather undesirable. But we're gonna see if the ejection seat even works like this. I mean, sort of. It's not letting us go, but it's trying. Yeah, that's a bit of a lost cause. We'll be right back. And we're back. It's almost like nothing happened. So if you find yourself still asking, why would I want this aircraft? So let's take off. We'll take a look at, you know what, let's keep the gear down. This is probably gonna help. Keep the canopy up a bit, just to prevent any chances of something switching out. So as you can see, we're currently on speed setting number 3. No, speed setting number 2. Okay. So as you can see, we're at 300, 400. You know, it's okay speed. Just put this down, fine. Now we return thrust all the way up. You can see we are approaching request speed. The wings not glitching out yet. We've just bumped the wall. Still, even with the gear down, it's doing it like this because we were just going extremely fast, and now this entire plane's gonna bugged out. So I was gonna show you the speed. I think you can sort of see it. Yeah, that's like over 1,000 speed units. I think the testing had this thing go up to like 1,500. I'm not sure. This thing really isn't in the best shape right now, so we're gonna give the ejection seat another shot. There's nothing in the way this time, so it might work. See, it worked this time. The parachute seems to be doing nothing except having a seizure again, so I think that calls another jump cut. So yeah, as you can see, this is definitely a really nice aircraft, and there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't get it. Workshop link in the description. Whoa.